You smell like fried chicken, and your hair, skin, and clothes are coated with grease. Your tennis shoes are a wreck. You got your paycheck, but you don't even want to look at it. You know it'll make you depressed. Since you only got 20 hours in the last pay period, you know it's gonna be a bad one. You'll be lucky if you have $5 or $10 to spend after paying your bills. It seems like everyone is asking for their pound of flesh, federal and state withholdings, FICA, the credit card company, and that damn student loan payment of $320 a month. Now mom and dad want to charge you rent and are asking you to start paying them back for the money they lent you. Things are looking more and more hopeless. You've tried all the job search sites, Monster, Indeed, and Craigslist to name a few. You've sent out resumes, no replies. You got a couple of offers for internships, but the pay is zero, nada. You've already had several internships under your belt. A lot of good they've done you so far. Plus, if you accepted one of these internship positions, how are you going to pay your bills? You keep wondering when you're going to find a better job. One that will let you move out of mom and dad's house. A job that you can be proud of. A career that will not be a total embarrassment when you're asked what you do for a living. You have a business degree. You even got fairly good grades. How come your life isn't turning out the way your parents, your teachers, and your student counselors all promised? It worked for them. Why won't these old guys retire? How are you supposed to get a job when all these old farts keep sticking around? Your dad and his friends are always complaining about how they lost half their retirement savings in the last stock market crash. Now they're all talking about never being able to retire. Great. Are you supposed to wait until you're 40 before you get your first real job? Now, if this description of a recent college graduate has many similarities to your life, you are not alone. Recently, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that 48% of employed U.S. college grads are in jobs that require less than a 4-year degree. In the U.S. News, it was reported that in December of 2013, more than 3.5 million Americans work at or below the minimum wage. People working for minimum wage is up by more than 50% from a decade ago. The real sad thing is that many of these extra people working for minimum wage have college and advanced degrees. How can this be happening? Isn't the economy supposed to be getting better? According to the government, unemployment has declined to 7.8%. The stock market is up to all-time highs. So why is it so hard to find a job? One of the reasons why government unemployment figures don't seem to jive with reality is because the formula used to calculate them has been altered to make them appear better than they actually are. The status quo doesn't want the alarm bells ringing and getting everyone in a panic. If that were to happen, the whole house of cards would come crashing down. If you want a more true unemployment rate, a good place to go is John Williams' Shadow Government Statistics. His unemployment rate figure includes long-term and short-term discouraged workers and those that are forced to work part-time because they can't find full-time employment. When you include these people in the unemployment rate, it bumps it up to 23%. Can you imagine what would happen if the mainstream media started reporting that the unemployment rate was 23%? Did you know that the highest that unemployment ever got during the 1930s depression was 25%? No wonder the politicians are covering up the truth. If they didn't, they would be in the unemployment lines with the rest of us. Now I know what I've described seems very bleak. Potentially it might mean that you could be stuck in your lousy minimum wage existence for a decade or more. This is especially true if you keep pinning all your hopes for salvation on getting a job with big established companies. It's time to face facts. These companies are laying off more people than they're hiring. If they do hire anyone, they only want applicants with a lot of experience. Gone are the days when you could get a good job at a Fortune 500 company and be set for life. Generous, defined benefit plans are almost non-existent and are being replaced by stingy 401k plans that might last a couple of years if you plan on eating dog food and living in a trailer. It's time to give up this fantasy of pursuing your parents' career path. You're living in the past. It's gone. It isn't coming back, at least in your lifetime. So if plan A is failing miserably, you need to go to plan B. If you can't find a job in your field, there is only one other thing you can do. You need to create one. Now I know this seems like a daunting task. However, there is a website that has thought through and wrote down all the information you will need to know how to create your own business. Much of this material is also presented in video format. All of this information is offered free of charge. The name of this website is newbusinesscreator.com. The originators of newbusinesscreator.com also realize that entrepreneurs using their site need ways to raise business capital, build their business team, and market their product or service. As a result, affiliate websites were created to offer a cost-effective and efficient way to accomplish these goals. The creators of this website also realize that many of their users will be on a shoestring budget. Some will not be able to raise capital using traditional sources. As a result, newbizcrowdfunding.com and newbusinesstrade.com were created to offer outside-the-box solutions. So now it's time to use that talent and knowledge that has so far been going to waste. It's time to stop wishing things were different. It's time to face up to facts and start creating your new future. It's time to check out newbusinesscreator.com and start creating your plan for getting out of the crappy existence you are living in today.